Alright everybody, Adam Cleary here, and here is a very, very short quiz for you. Which WWE superstar said these words? 1. It does seem like there's an expiration date on my title reign, psych. 2. I just wanted to say to all the women in the locker room, all of you out there, the WWE universe at home, you're welcome. It is happening, it's historic, and it's because of me. I'm the gift that keeps on giving. And 3. This must be one of those language barrier things, especially since she's like screaming right in my face. Is the answer A, Carmella, or B, Alexa Bliss? And the answer is, drumroll please, it's both of them, and I bet you can't even remember which one was which because they're written to be the exact same disingenuous and irritating character. It's just that Alexa Bliss is slightly more disingenuous and Carmella is slightly more irritating. It's not just the verbiage of what they say, even the cadence is identical. All of the female heels in WWE are written like 1990s prom queens. They condescend to draw heat. They are insincere. They are manipulative. They are, and as much as I am loath to use the word, bitchy. They even wrote Nia Jax exactly the same as this ahead of a Money in the Bank match with Ronda Rousey. She says, let me kick this off real quick. Let me start off by having my opponent here demonstrate that thingy you do. What was that thingy with the arm bar? That's what it is. That's what you do. Nia was, at the time, still supposed to be a babyface. She only just won the title at WrestleMania in a genuinely feel-good moment, but they needed somebody to play the antagonist to Ronda's protagonist, so they wrote her the only way WWE ever writes female heels, and that was bitchy. The creative team on Raw were literally incapable of building the match by any other means. This was just WWE's base level copied and pasted scripted promo for women, and we've seen it a million times. It is boring, it is cliched, it is nondescript, it is sexist because it's written through the skewed lens of men. Now, obviously, don't get me wrong, it's not a problem in of itself. There are many men out there who can write interesting and engaging scripts for women. It's just that the ones at WWE right now seem to have watched Mean Girls once and gone, yes, that is how all women talk. And that is the fundamental problem behind all of this. There is not one, not a single solitary female creative writer in all of WWE. And it shows. They so badly need new perspectives on all of this to get rid of the tedium and all the tired stereotypes that come along every single time we're reminded of this progressive first time ever message. Instead of all this first time ever stuff, what they need to do is hire their second time ever female creative writer. They did hire one once in 2015. Nico Gendron was brought on board to go along with the whole women's revolution thing, but obviously is not with the company anymore. She did tell website Birth, Movies and Death that she was only just about able to convince the higher-ups that male superstars should not tell female superstars to just shut up. On this week's Raw, Stephanie McMahon unveiled WWE Evolution, the first ever all-women pay-per-view in the company's history. Every single woman from the back was on stage regardless of heel or face alignment, celebrating, clapping, hugging, thanking Stephanie McMahon for it. Now, if there was a strong female presence in the writers' room, do you think they would have stood for this level of fawning? Isn't servile gratitude, which is exactly what this was, not the exact opposite of what WWE is trying to achieve here? The slow and sad realization that I think we're all starting to have here is that WWE doesn't show us their dedication to the equality of women's wrestling by, say, I don't know, having female referees or a female writing staff or making genuine stars of the best women's wrestlers in the world rather than just hiring them. They do it like this, in real glitzy, showy moments for PR points. But with all of that said, the actual response to Monday's announcement has been genuinely quite uplifting. I mean, putting aside the usual pot shots that things like this always seem to get, the response on Twitter and on Reddit has been more inspiring than the entire segment was in itself, which means that the message is getting through even if the delivery is bad. And is that not the point? Is that not good? I don't know. Ask a woman. But it's that word, isn't it? It's just delivery. It's always the delivery when it comes to WWE and their women's division. Like, they've got the talent, they've got the gimmicks, they've got the fan base now. But ask yourself, when was the last time you saw a well-written, interesting feud between two women which had good matches and a good payoff at the end of it outside of NXT? I will wait. Becky Lynch is the perfect example of all of this because right now she is so over with fans of, well, any gender, but especially women. And what has WWE ever done to nurture this popularity? Since she won the title in October 2016, she has won on pay-per-view once. There is no excuse for it now in WWE as well. Like, even beyond NXT, there are so many examples of brilliant in-ring storytelling centered around women. Par exemple, friends, Toyota Yamada, All Japan Women's Pro Wrestling, hair versus hair match. Now, the way they did that, only 2 women could have told that story, but watching it resonated beyond gender. It was a masterclass. It wasn't Sasha Banks versus Bayley having to go to counselling because, lol, counselling's hilarious. It wasn't Alexa Bliss having to get a comeuppance for a body-shaming bullshit only to then ultimately win that feud. And it definitely wasn't the Riot Squad running around backstage, cutting people's ties off because, I don't know, that must just be what bad girls do. Since anything to do with women in WWE must eventually centre around Stephanie McMahon, eventually let's just complete our orbit and come back to the billion-dollar princess. It was her decision at the turn of the millennium when she began to head up creative to hire failed Hollywood hacks to write television for WWE. And I think that's where the problems are. WWE have, and I don't want anybody to get this twisted, they have done so much to improve how they present women over the last 10 years. The way they're featured, how prominent they are, even the way they're discussed, it's all come along a billion, trillion, million miles. But the problem is that the mostly young men in that writer's room have no idea how to write for them. You fix that, you probably fix everything else. But hey, that's just my opinion. I'm sure you've got plenty of your own, so leave them in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. While you're down there, let us know what you think of Evolution. What do you want to see? What kind of matches do you want? All opinions are good opinions. In the meantime, though, thank you very much for watching. My name has been Adam Cleary, and I'll see you soon.